Welcome back. Today I want to talk to you about saving money on renting a car.
If you want to watch this whole video, that'd be great. However, if you just want to jump ahead to the section that interests you, please use this timestamp chart to figure out where you want to go and start viewing from there.
Back in October, I decided I was going to take the family out to Hilton Head Island, and I had a dilemma because there are 6 of us and our car seats 5 at most. So I realized that I was going to have to rent a car, or a minivan, or something comfortable in order to get us from Tampa Bay to Hilton Head Island. So what did I do? I looked into car rentals. I was looking into a car rental from about 9 a.m. on a Friday morning until 9 p.m. on a Sunday evening, and costs were roughly about $200, $300 for a minivan. And then I remembered, well, you know, I've looked into Turo before. It's a unique idea where people rent out their own vehicles, and it's kind of like the Airbnb for car owners. So I did the same thing. I looked into a minivan from 9 a.m. on a Friday morning until 9 p.m. on a Sunday evening, and as I expected, prices were a little lower. They were about $150, $200 for a rental. I thought, oh, that's not bad. And then my wife said, well, I can do better than that. And she looked into car rentals from Tampa Bay Airport instead of Pinellas County, and prices were even cheaper than Turo. They were roughly about $150. And I said, well, let's go with the actual car rental company instead of the rental share. The disadvantage of Turo was that the vehicles were a little on the older side, whereas with the car rental company, you're getting brand new vehicles, getting 2018s, 19s, 20s. And so we figured, well, for the $50 difference, it was better to just get something a little more reliable that would get us there. A little more reliable, a little more comfortable, perhaps. So I kind of put that on the back burner and said, well, when it comes the day of our rental, I'm going to drive to Tampa. It's going to be about 30 minute drive there, 20-30 minute drive back. And then when I go to return it, another 20-30 minutes there, 20-30 minutes back, and we're going to save about $50 over the Turo price. And then Black Friday came, and Turo sent me an email that morning saying, for the next couple hours, we're going to give you $30 off. So I said, ooh, let me check again into Turo. So I typed in my parameters. I wanted a van. I wanted to pick up locally in Pinellas County if possible from Friday morning until Sunday evening. Prices that day for a minivan were about $126 for an acceptable vehicle. And then with the $30 code, it came down to $96. And I thought, oh, $96 to rent a vehicle for the weekend? That's awesome. So I booked it with that $30 code. And it was a pretty reliable vehicle. It included 600 miles. I knew it was going to go over, so I did the math on what his calculated mileage was, and I thought, well, even with the overage, it's still going to be cheaper than going all the way down to Tampa. The vehicle was in Largo, which was a 10-minute drive there, 10-minute drive back, and when I went to drop it off, 10 minutes there, 10 minutes back. It was easy. I looked into the guy's profile, and he did quite a few rentals before, so he knew what he was doing. He had favorable reviews, and the vehicle looked reliable, so I said, okay, that's great. So before the rental, I decided, well, instead of 9 a.m., I wanted to change it to 8 a.m. And instead of dropping it off at 9 p.m., I want to drop it off at 8 p.m. So I messaged the guy over the app, and I said, I want to change my rental a little, and he said, that's fine, just submit a revision request. And I did. And it was easy. On the day of the rental, he wasn't there. In fact, I'd never met this guy. So he had a little lockbox on the window, and I entered my code. He gave me the code. I got the key. I did my check-in process, and when I returned it, I did the same thing. I did my checkout process, put the key in the lockbox, locked it up. No face-to-face contact whatsoever with this guy. I don't know what he looks like other than his profile picture. The rental went great. Very smooth transaction. I will definitely do Turo with this renter again because he treated me fairly and it looks like he knows what he's doing. So anyways, here's a little breakdown of my check-in process and a little bit about the vehicle. In order to find the Turo rental, I went to the Turo website. I typed in, I'm searching from my area. Let's put Seminole. Let's say we want to go from March 13th, 9 a.m. until March 15th, 9 p.m. Do a little search, and all the available vehicles will show. Actually, this is the Ford Freestar I rented. If you want to filter your vehicle, hit down here on filters. Say you want to sort by price, and you want if you want a vehicle, a minivan, hit your minivan and view your 19 results. This is the vehicle I actually rented, was the Ford Freestar 2007. So I click that, and it shows $30 a day. $30 a day is pretty cheap for this vehicle. You can check all the photos of the vehicle, kind of get an idea of what you're looking into. He's done 11 trips apparently with a 5-star rating on this vehicle. Tells you you got 600 miles included, and every mile over is going to be 12 cents. Gives you an approximate miles per gallon, 7 seats. You can see that Philip, your host, has done 470 trips with a 4.9 star rating. So that to me sold the vehicle. I thought, wow, that's great. You can check his reviews. There's my review on January 6th. I wrote that we rented the 2007 Freestar. What a great vehicle for a family of 6. It got us reliably to Hilton Head Island. Cruise control, triple climate zones, several power ports. I'd definitely rent from Philip again if we need to get away with our family. See all the feedback on this vehicle. If you want to check out Philip's profile, I mean, this app shows all his other vehicles. If you want to rent Pontiac G6, his BMW, his Volkswagen. Yeah, he's got some good reviews, so I will definitely use this guy. He was easy to work with. He responded to my questions. The check-in process was not a hassle whatsoever. In fact, I don't even know what this guy looked like. I don't know what this guy looked. These chickens are annoying. In fact, I don't even know what this guy looks like other than the profile picture, but it worked out well for us. Shut up! That was my experience. And I guess these chickens are going to be ridiculous right now, so that's all I have to say about that. So here we are. I just arrived at Turo Car Share, Turo Rental. My first time. So I'm going to press the Get Started button here. Any pre-existing damage? It looks like there's a little bit of damage on the doors and stuff. So I'll put yes. Take 10 to 15 photos to document this. So I'm going to do that here. Any damage on the front? A little scratch here. So you gotta mark little things like this because they will screw you if you don't. I did a car rental once and I didn't bother with this, and oh man, I almost got screwed. Okay. I mean, he might not be an idiot about it, but some people are. Oh yeah, a little bit of damage on the bumper here. Just gotta make sure that's documented. There's a little ding here by the door. It's minor stuff, but I gotta make sure that I'm covered, because some renters they don't go over their vehicles every time it gets checked in, and get a ding for us. We got a key box here with a key on it. Nice. Unlock it. Oh yeah, we got scuffs here on the. I'm gonna take a picture of that when we're done. So the important thing here when we're arrived at a car rental is to document the damage. I mean, even if you think it's minor, take a picture of it. I once rented a car, and I thought I saw a little scratch on it. I thought it was pretty minor. It was comparable to something like this here. I thought it was minor. It's like, why bother that? I returned it, and the guy tried to charge me for it. So he had to actually go through his records about 2 or 3 rentals back before he found someone who actually documented it. If that person hadn't documented it, I would have gotten charged for it. So since then I've learned that all this little stuff, all these little scratches, these dings, things you think are minor, document it. Even if it's something a little more serious, like this broken seatbelt, document that. You don't want to get charged for that. You just take 2 extra minutes before you drive it off the lot. So I started the vehicle, I checked the radio, I should check the signals. Make sure everything's working good, because you will get charged for anything that's not working properly. So I just got done submitting my pictures. Now I guess on this app it wants you to share your location, which it gets a good idea if you got your own car you want to rent out. I mean, how do you know someone's not speeding or driving like an idiot? So I want to share my location here, and I'm shared. Okay, so I think I hope this works out. This is my first Turo. So far it's been a seamless check-in. We'll see how it goes. So I checked in. I've driven around about a half a mile here, and it seems to be okay. I'm just gonna keep the radio off while I drive, listen for any odd noises, any squeaks, squeals, any engine noises, and anything that could come back to me. So just be observant, know what to listen for, and make a note of it before you get too far along on the trip, because if you get too far on the trip, you'll probably have an issue trying to claim that noise was pre-existing. So far this vehicle looks pretty good, looks and feels pretty good. Here's here's what we're dealing with. We've got a nice leather seat. Or Windstar, I believe this is, or Freestar or something. I'm not sure what I got. So we'll keep updated as we go along on our trip to Hilton Head Island today from St. Petersburg, Florida. Okay, so one thing I've already checked is that this back vent, it only works on the one side, but doesn't work on the driver's side. It works fine on the passenger side. So just have to make a note of that in case that comes back to you upon vehicle return. Okay, so we're just outside of Ocala right now at a truck stop, and we got the first 100 miles or so done. No issues with the rental at all. Just stopping for a pee. Before we head out on the rest of our trip to Hilton Head Island. That's about it.
We're checking it out soon.
You having fun? If you found this video helpful, like it, subscribe to my channel, comment anything below. What were your experiences? Did you have a good experience? Did you have a bad experience? And share this video. That would be great. I've got a Turo link down below. Maybe I get commission, maybe I don't know. If you want to use my link, that'd be great though.